If you have a chance in this game, if you have any hope in this game whatsoever, a team in Texas A&M that's been in the SEC since 2014, you have played them for over a decade every single year. There hasn't been a year that you have not gone up against Texas A&M, and for majority of that time, you pretty much ran things on them. Wasn't a lot of times that they were beating you early on when they moved into the SEC. Now it's been tit for tat. They come here, they lose. We go there, we lose. It's kind of how the good rivalry started. When Texas A&M left and came into the SEC, leaving the Big 12, A&M didn't have their rivalry with Texas. And the big thing was here is that when they left, the SEC tried to force you to be their new rival in the SEC. Good job by the SEC because it kind of worked. I don't like A&M. I know you don't like A&M. But if you have a chance this week, it comes down to your defense. To this date, you have not faced a better offensive weapon unit, a unit offensively that you will see that has better weapons, that has a better offensive line, that has a better running game, has a better quarterback. I would take Marcel Reed over Trinidad Chambliss. And quite frankly, outside of Lane Kiffin and company, this is by far the second best offensive coordinator that your play caller that you've seen. What can your defense do? Now, here's the God's honest truth. The God's honest truth is that you got to be in a situation where you take things and pressure off of your defense. If you're relying every single week and every single time on your defense to bail you out, you're going to have situations like Ole Miss. You're going to have situations like Vanderbilt. And it could be another scenario this week where they're constantly on the field and they're just going to give up points and they're going to break because they're on the field so much. I think a lot this week has been made of the defense and not really giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like I've seen a lot of people say, oh, this isn't an elite dominant defense. They gave up 31 points. I saw a defense that a lot of you thought was the best defense in a decade get put 40 on by Alabama in an SEC championship game, that being 2022 Georgia. It happens. It legitimately happens. But this is the best defense or best offense that this defense has seen. And if you're going to prove that you're the unit that you are, you make a statement in this one. Well, Blake, I mean, they can make a statement. They can limit in the points because it's going to be monsoon. I don't care. Both teams are playing on the same field and same situation. I don't care. Go prove it. Go do it. And go take it away. I'm not ready to bail on this defense. I still think that you defensively are really good. And I've been asked this week, and I know that people have been sending me links of people calling me out all day. It is what it is. All week, it is what it is. Because I've talked about this offense, and I've been very critical of this team offensively. You know why I have? Because you couldn't stay on the field. Last week, so much was put on, even in a bad performance. And I mean, it wasn't a good performance by the defense. It was an average performance for me. Well, yeah, they couldn't get off the field. They didn't really help themselves either. But the funny thing is they got off the field on fourth down with a West Week sack. And they forced 2 3-and-outs for you to come back in the game. And offensively, in all of that, you totaled negative nine yards in all of that. So when your defense stood strong offensively, you pulled out your little pecker and you wee-wee down your leg. You wee-wee down your leg. You couldn't do anything. You got to give this defense a chance to be great. I think of the great offenses that we've seen. Like I think of 2019 being held to 23 points by Auburn. Well, defense had to play complementary football that day for you to win. I think of that Georgia team I just talked about in 2022. And in 2023 when they went back-to-back. There were times and points and situations where that defense, like against Ohio State, guys, they're giving up 30 points. And you're like, damn, this defense is giving up a lot of points and a lot of yards. But their team constantly played complementary football. We've seen really good defenses, elite defenses, legitimately have points put on them. Well, Blake, it's Vanderbilt. I don't give a shit if it's the school of the deaf and blind. It's going to happen. I'm not ready to give up on them. So, what I would say in the keys to victory, you know what the best defense for you this week is? A good offense. Well, Blake, we don't have it. So, in starting this keys to victory, let's start off with the offensive side of the football. We're changing the things. People say, can you do offense, defense, and your keys to victory and split it up? Sure, we'll do that. So let's go on with the offense. Number one thing that you got to do this week to beat Texas A&M, you have to suffocate the time of possession. You must find a way. I don't care how it is. You must find a way to hold on to that football. Hold on to that ball, Petey. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you go short passes underneath and give Garrett Nussmeier one, maybe two decisions, and he's got to throw the football or run. Look, brother, got to step up this week. Sorry to tell you, if your first two reads aren't there, tuck that football and run that sumbitch, because it's about time that you put your head down and go get some yards, dog. It's about time. You got to hold on to that damn football. They have the best offense that you've seen. And you know what? You know how you can limit them from scoring? By not giving them the football back. So, suffocate the time of possession. I think that you're going to have to try to, for once, not get scared of your own shadow in the run game. Like, let me give you an example. Like if Harlan Berry, in the first time that he touches the ball on Saturday, that he gets 2 carries and he's got 20 yards, you line it right back up and you give him the rock again. Don't be scared of your own shadow like you're a damn groundhog. If Caden Durham breaks off a long run, you run up to the line of scrimmage and you hand that sumbitch right back off and you go and get another one. And you do it over and over and over again. This A&M team, as good as they've been, has also had one massive thing against them defensively. They're undisciplined. If you keep hammering, it's like what's your boy in Shawshank Redemption, where he's using a stone grinder to chisel through a wall every single day. If you keep chiseling at it, you're going to break one through and you're going to break one loose. You got to do it this week and suffocate that time of possession. Mario Craver, Concepcion, Ruben Owens, Marcel Reed. They can't go off if they're sitting their happy asses on the sideline in a rainstorm. Newsflash. So you got to do what Andy Dufresne did in Shawshank Redemption, and you take that little chisel, and every single day, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Blake, we ain't got 30 years like Andy did. I'm not asking you to. But I think you get my point. Blake, we can't run the ball. It's interesting you say that. I brought something up this week a couple of times, and I brought it up on purpose. It's like we actually study and prepare for this damn show. This week, I had a clip that kind of went a little viral. A couple 100,000 of you saw it. So I'm not going to go in great detail. But I brought up that last Friday, Louisville went into Miami and upset them. They were 113th in the country in rushing. Couldn't run the ball. Beginning of the game, they were kind of okay. They got some 3-4 yard runs. You know what Jeff Brom kept doing on a team in their front seven in Miami, who in my humble opinion can be undisciplined in the run game? He kept handing the ball off. Because you know what play callers, like really, really, really good play callers know? It's only a matter of time as this game goes on that you get back to who you are as a program. So when I look at, as an example, when I look at A&M and I look at game 1 all the way to week 9, this is what I see. I see a team in week 1 in UTSA that lined up and ran it right at them and had success. I saw a team last week in Arkansas massively take advantage of a team that in their front 7 will get out of pass lanes and get out of run lanes. And if they are undisciplined, you have to make them pay. Did Blake Ruffino literally just come in here and tell us that we need to try to run the football when we can't? You're damn right. Because great play callers don't call things based off of what you do bad. They call things like, hey, man, this is a weakness for them, and we have to go right at their biggest weakness. You know what their biggest weakness is? They have been undisciplined. You know why Mike Elko has retaken over play calling in situations? Go look at Notre Dame. Go look at UTSA. Go watch last week's game and go watch them not be in their right run lanes and massive runs get broken off, and you got a 240-pound back running damn wide open in the open field because one guy was not in assignment, one guy wasn't in alignment, and we're off to the races we go. Man titties throwing up in the air and everything. Sam Pittman would have been proud. You got to stay with it. And when the weather comes, you're going to have to stay with it, which might actually benefit you. They have shown that they will be undisciplined as hell in their run lanes. They will play me ball and not we ball. And you got to take advantage. The last 2 weeks, nobody wants to point this out yet, but it's okay because Blake's here. You've ran the ball with your running backs at over 6 yards a carry, and everybody has been saying, well, Mr. Blake, it's because we've had some long runs. Well, guess what? You kept having them. You had Kane Durham against a top 30 statistical defense in South Carolina a couple of weeks ago, bust a 23-yard run. You saw Juwan Johnson on that same top 30 defense bust a 56-yard run. Guess where A&M is? They're right there with South Carolina. One is 33, one is 34. Newsflash, my guys. Newsflash. Well, Blake Cassius Howe's a really good edge rusher, and Dylan Stewart isn't. This team will be undisciplined. They will be highly undisciplined. You got to be complimentary in what you're going to do this week offensively. From what I see and what I would do knowing this offense, I'm giving Garrett 2 decisions, quick throws, and I say quick throws. A quick throw can be a 10-yard throw, a 10-yard out route, run an out route, run a slant, run a hitch, West Coast it, run an option route with a slot. Do everything to limit what Garrett needs to do to get the ball out of his hands and run the football and methodically hold on to that damn ball. Even if you're not scoring, meaning let's just say you have a drive where it's 7 plays and you got a couple of first downs and you get to a 3rd down and you throw an incompletion and you got to punt the football. So what? Hold on to the football. The longer you hold on to that, and the longer you hold on to that football, the better chance you have to win. Guys, here's the truth. If LSU does not get to, in my opinion, get to about 34 to 35 minutes at minimum of time of possession, they will lose. There is no questions about it. I don't see another option. If you don't get to that 34-minute mark of having time of possession, you're losing. Because this team and A&M will continue to chip away like they're Andy Dufresne themselves, and they will get moving. But don't make any mistake about it. Your season and some of your careers are on the line. Do what works. Now, I have not done this season. I'm going to tell you one thing about this and move on. In the games that you lost, Every time that I came out here, and the number one thing that I said that you must do, keys to victory, if you don't do this, you're losing. Name a time in keys to victory where we've come out with the number one thing, and it hasn't been the reason that you've lost and why games have been really close. You better suffocate that time of possession, and you better go 1-800-choke that hoe. I mean, suffocate it. You do not get out of this game with a W if you don't win the time of possession and have about 34 minutes. You got to sustain some drives here. Give Nuss easy throws. That would be number 2. Get the ball out quickly. Hey, our O-line stinks. Sounds good. We can't throw the ball deep because either we don't have time or we're inaccurate when we do it. Sounds good. Well, you only have one other option. Why are we constantly, like on 3rd and 5 as an example, why are we constantly being in situations where we're trying to push the ball down the field when we can't? The game plan this week and what Joe Sloan, Alex Atkins, Brian Kelly, whether he wants to admit it or not, because guys, he is throwing Joe Sloan under the bus. Brian Kelly has been helping and involved in this play calling. Stop that. He's saying, oh, I'm not involved in play calling because Joe Sloan, this offense sucks. He knows it sucks. And hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Sure you do. Stop giving Garrett the options. Because if you don't have time and he has a choice where he can throw the ball deep, he's going to try it. And he's going to get either sacked, he's going to make a wrong decision. Limit those. Take them away from him. So not only, number 1, offensively, do you have to suffocate the time of possession? Guys, I'm not telling you not to play inside the game. I'm not telling you not to take shots. I think I would love an inside slot fade. I would love to. Listen, I would die if you went trips right, Barryon, the only receiver on the left, Chris Hilton, the only receiver on the left. I would die just to see you once. Turbo set. 1, 2, 3. 1-800-choke that hoe. Or this one, chunk that hoe. What's the worst that can happen? Blake, you could get picked off. You ain't going to score anyway sometimes. You got to have broken plays to do it anyway. If they go one-on-one man coverage or Barryon, 1, 2, 3, hitch. Hi-ha! I'm telling Barryon in the huddle, if I'm Garrett, run as fast as you humanly can because I'm throwing it as far as I humanly can. Why not? It's not working. I would love for you to try it a couple of times, but majority of this game, you're going to have to hit stuff underneath and pray to God that your wide receivers, in the name of the Father and the Son and Holy Ghost, please, sweet Mary up above, you better pray that your wide receivers are able to make plays. And if they get tackled after they catch it, so what? A 7-yard gain is a 7-yard gain. Let's line it up and do it again. You're going to have to simplify this thing and stop being overcomplicated. Instead of throwing stupid RPO RPO screens, you're not running bubbles, but instead of running the RPOs, why don't we get vertical? This is number 3. We have to stop going sideline to sideline. We have to go north and south. Nothing that we're doing going east and west is working. Meaning these RPOs that you're throwing, why aren't we getting vertical? I got a brilliant idea. Instead of running an RPO screen that's not really been effective for your run game at all because you can't do it, why don't we do a slot inside RPO with a choice route? Hey, man, if the DB breaks outside, I'm cutting in. If the DB or linebacker's inside, I'm cutting out. It's Blue's Clues. You got to get north and south. You're going to have to get north and south as much as you can this week. And I don't talk, you got to go north. suffocate the time of possession, stay inside the run game. This team will be undisciplined, and start limiting these decisions by Garrett and take shit off of his plate that he can't handle. Because, guys, the God's honest truth, and trust me, all 45 of you today sending me the thing on Tiger droppings, I know people think that I don't like this kid, but you're going to have to start realizing that it's not hate when shit continues to be accurate. I can't keep being accurate and hate the kid. So either I hate him and have been deadly accurate in the hate, or I'm just accurate in saying and calling out what the truth is. You choose. It's either one or the other. I'm sure a lot of you are going to take the first one. Take the decisions away from him. Take the decisions away from him. Everyone respects a good decision maker. But here's the thing. It's like this. I can tell my son, Ben, to not play with fire. Right? I can tell him all the live long day. But if he keeps lighting up matches, at some point he's going to get burned. Or I can tell him to stop playing with fire and just take the matches away from him. So then that way, I know he doesn't get burned. Help him. Help him. Because you're clearly not as a play caller. You're not helping him at all. You're hurting him. Let's see. Number 4. Get your playmakers the ball. No matter what. Guys, Aaron Anderson, I don't really know his health status. He's not listed. I don't know what's going on with Aaron. But there are 3 players that I'm targeting in the passing game and telling everybody else, good luck. I think even not only do you have to make quick decisions and quick throws, guys, to be blunt with you, if Aaron Anderson is going to play, there are 3 players that I am throwing the ball to this week. Everybody else, for me, is a decoy. Unless some coverage dictates it where they're going to be open, then fine, I'll throw them the football. If I am Garrett Nussmeier and if I'm Joe Sloan and if I'm Brian Kelly this week, I am telling Garrett to get the ball to Aaron Anderson, get the ball to Barrion Brown, and get the ball to Trey'Dez Green. And everybody else is sorry, you're not getting the ball this week. Unless some other coverage is dictated, I am going to those 3. Now, you can get your running backs involved. Everybody else is out of my mind. I got 3 people. I know that on a specific play, I know that Trey'Dez Green's running it out. Aaron Anderson's running a slant. And Barrion's running a hitch. I don't know. And everybody else is Fugazi. What would I do if they're in man-to-man, who would I go to here? Everybody else, not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Get your playmakers the ball and pray to God good things happen. Number 5. Number 5. Get Harlem Berry touches. I mean, listen. You got to keep giving them the rock. I mean, guys, you had a running back as a freshman last week get 6 yards a carry. Give him the rock. Go with the hot hand. Whoever the hot hand is, whether it's Juwan Johnson, Caden Durham, or Harlem Berry, I don't really care. I feel like Harlem has a little bit more patience and vision over the last couple of weeks. Keep giving him the rock. You got to go balls to the wall in the run game, man. Everything you got. Whether it be jet sweeps, whether it be counters, whether it be powers, whether it be zone reads. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. You got everything's balls to the wall this week because you got to suffocate that time of possession. I want to see Harlem Berry. I think he's a 5-star number 1 running back in the country for a reason. I think you got to keep going to him and keep giving him the football. Last thing offensively. This offensive line, man. I am terrified what happens at left tackle, whether it's DJ Chester, Brian Kelly said on Monday, Carius Kearns taking reps there. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't think DJ Chester could play left tackle. I don't know what they do. Listen, man, you're playing for literally, you're playing for more than yourself this week. You're not playing for LSU. I mean, you are. You're not playing for your family this week. You're playing for one thing and one thing only. Guys, there are people at the door with pitchforks for your position coach. I think that you have done a lot of really good things over the last couple of weeks. Nobody wants to give you credit. It's okay. You've done some really good things. When you break off a long run, no one wants to give you credit for it. When you do your job and you actually can run the ball, no one wants to give you credit. You're still one of the least sacked teams in the country. Nobody cares about that. Have you been good? No. Have you been average? No. You haven't been, not collectively. You're playing for one thing this week. The people are there with your pitchforks. All of you committed to play at LSU as Brad Davis as your position coach. The fans are at the door. The fans are at the door. You know, there's an old saying, is it better to be feared or loved? You know, when you have power, is it better to be feared or to be loved? And I always say it's better to be loved, because if people love who I am and love what I'm doing and love my leadership, they will go to war for me. If they fear me and they don't love me, they can be turned. How much do you love your position coach this week? Now, I'm saying a lot there without saying a lot there. But you lose another game, and I think that a lot of uncomfortable conversations are happening this next week during the bye week. Who are you playing for? That's the ultimate question. All right, defensively, and I'm going to get to keys to victory for coaching, as if I would know any better. Look, man, defensively, you got to completely eliminate the running game or completely contain the run game. I will be fine personally if Marcel Reed in this offense just throws the ball all over you in a rainstorm or bad weather and a lot of really big wind. By all means, go right on ahead. I am stacking that box as much as I can with players that can get the job done, and I am 1,000% taking away Marcel Reed's running ability, and I am 1,000% doing everything humanly possible to take away the running game with Reuben Owens and E.J. Smith. They have absolutely explosive weapons on the outside. You know it, and I know it. This team has got tight ends for days. They are very athletic there. Colin Klein is a great play caller. Whatever they're going to do in the passing game, guys, for me this week, it is what it is. It is what it is. If they are lighting us up through the air, for me, fine. Fine. The reason I say that is in the beginning part of this game, I'm going for broke. Now, you can't let them just throw it all over you. I get that. You got to adjust. You got to make adjustments. I get all of that. But I am going into this game, if I'm Blake Baker, and putting everything on red or putting everything on black, in this case, like the scenario I'm trying to paint, I am pointing everything on red and saying, I'm going balls to the wall. You will not run this football on me. I got to put ultimate faith in my DBs. If they beat me deep, then okay, we will adjust if it keeps happening. But we got to go all out to stop this run game, because I think that Marcel Reed has the tendency to be highly inaccurate, and he will go through streaks. If you do this, you're gambling with the level of success that you can have. The problem with that is, I don't know if you ask Marcel Reed to throw the ball 35 times, that he also doesn't put the ball in harm's way, that he makes the most accurate throws and decisions himself. I think he has gotten a lot better as a passer. He will continue to be a lot better. But right now, in this game, I am telling Marcel Reed to throw the ball 35 plus times in this game to beat me, weather permitting. I am going balls to the wall. The reason I'm going that is because I've constantly seen, whether it's Notre Dame, whether it's Arkansas, name the game, whether it's Auburn, I am going full DJ Durkin. Blake, what do you mean? I'm going full Auburn. I am manning up. If I got a bump and run all game, by all means, let's do it. I might even walk up 8, sometimes 9 guys up in the box and say, throw it. Throw it. I'm going all out. I think Marcel Reed has shown who he is this year. While he's gotten light years better and takes steady steps forward every week, either he is red hot or he is ice cold. And you got to capitalize on all the ice cold moments. Because the one thing that they do very effectively, and I think the best thing that Colin Klein does effectively as a play caller, is knowing when his quarterback's off in the pass game, and then they just start running it right at you. I'm going to give him a couple of plays here, give him 4 or 5 plays. We're going to run a jet sweep. I mean, it's technically a pass in his stats, but he's really just pop passing it. It's no real big deal. So it's kind of a pass, but it's kind of not. It's pretty much just the extension of the run game. We're going to do some different things. We're going to run a couple here. I might run him here too. He's not throwing the ball well right now. It's basically what they do. When he's hot, they're rolling in it. They're throwing the football all around. When he goes ice cold, guys, you can know 3 straight runs are coming. Colin Klein is not hard to figure out. If you've watched enough of this team, go watch him. Go watch him. When he is hot, he is hot. And they're going to throw the ball all over the place and try to throw the ball all over the place. There will be a time, multiple times throughout this game, where he will go cold. Make him pay. You're going to have to go get some turnovers this week. I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know if you just go man-to-man and they try to dare throw it man-sword to lane and he gets a pick. You got to also help your offense. They need more possessions. You got to give this offense as many possessions as you can. If that means risk it for the biscuit, by all means, try. What do you have to lose to play non-aggressive? If like Mansour Delane tries to go for a pick and misses, and it's a big play, I kind of live with it, man. Shit. PJ Woodland, DJ Pickett, same. AJ Halsey, same. I'm going to live with it a little bit because I'm going out on my sword if I'm this defense. I'm playing the game that I played versus Clemson, that a team that I saw had a lot of swag. Well, Blake, Clemson sucks. Okay. Bring the swag back and start surfing. I'm manning up. If Perk does not keep contained this week, if Harold Perkins gets out of alignment and out of assignment, I'm pulling him. I love Perk. I think he's the best athlete that you have all around defensively. He's 225 pounds and runs like a deer. I wonder what Perk would have been as a running back, man. I wish I could tell you more about what I want you to do defensively. I'm putting everything on red this week and saying beat me. And maybe they do, maybe they don't. What do I know? Last but not least, before we get to a break and comments, thoughts, concerns, all of that. Coaching, keys to victory. I do think that Texas A&M does have a far better staff overall than you do. But how good of a coach is BK? I think a lot has been made of Briankelly this week. A lot. Oh, man. I mean, they're gonna want to move on from him. BK, dog. I mean, it's time for you to shine, baby. It's time for you to shine. It's time for you to – everybody's questioning BK this week. You know, BK's got a lot of wins. Here's what you don't want to hear. I don't think Briankelly's a bad coach, man. I don't. I really, really don't. I don't think he's a bad coach at all. I think he's a damn good coach. Time to go show it. This is your show, big dog. You know Mike Elko better than anybody. And you talked about this week that play calling's an art. I don't think he'll do this because he said that he wasn't going to. But listen, big dog, if you do great, if you don't great, it's up to you. Time to call plays. And you ain't got to be nonchalant with it. And I know you can veto, and you say you veto stuff all the time. No. It's that time. I'm not saying be there with a play sheet, but say, hey, man, hey, listen. Whatever you call, Joe, this next play, go back-to-back runs here. I am guiding him the entire way. The entire way. You got to go show the people who you are, man. Got to get more involved from what we've seen. Offensively, coaches, you're literally coaching for your jobs this week. I'm not sitting here calling for your head, but I'm just telling you what you do, what it is. I'm not calling for anybody to be fired. Do I think personally, if you can't fix this, that you got to move on? Yes. Not my job. My job is to tell you you're coaching for your job this week. Whether they do it during the bye week, whether they don't, whether they make a move when they do, or listen, man, I'm telling you. This is a lot like the Matt House situation. It came around that Bama game. Just a little bit before. Bottom line, man. Bottom line. You got to put it all out on the table. Everything you got. Give me everything you got. You're coaching for your jobs this week, man. I'm telling you. Let's see. Defensively, man, just keep doing what you're doing. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but I'm giving them a mulligan. And be blunt with you, I think Blake called a damn good game. I think, we don't like talking about players didn't execute. Players didn't execute this week.